Okay, I was going to do this all as one review, and then I just got all meandery, because I do that. I meander a bit. Sue me. Actually, don't. I don't make shit, so don't sue me. I work in frozen foods. I don't know why people are always... But anyway. I do alright. But, you know. And then I got this companion card. This, I didn't get at a convention. I actually ordered this through Amazon, which is where I buy most of my shit. It's actually pretty good. It is Susan Forman as the main character. It's in a story that happens before the Unearthly Child. It's actually pretty good. They have Ford come back, Carolyn Ford, to come back and redo her part. So she does a pretty good job with that. She does, in fact, do the character justice. Of course she does, because, you know, she invented the damn thing. It's her voice. And I just realized, to make this video more spectacular, more well-liked, and more beloved, we must include the puppies. Hello, Jen. Hello, Leia. How are y'all today? Oh, forgot. Jen loves to be picked up. Leia, not so much. I mean, she likes to a point. But yeah, there's just she's a dachshund, so she do what she do. I think I covered right there. Request ridiculous. Say hello, Jen. You're on TV. Alright, you're on the internet. Moving right along. Anyway, the story's pretty good. She does the voice. The first Doctor, it is Carolyn Ford, of course, because William died he died in the 70s, so you really can't have him do a voice for this. But you do get her to voice, and she does her part pretty well, and she also does a decent version of William's version of the Doctor. I mean, it's a pretty good overall story. It has its moments. It's pretty entertaining. It's them going through history. The whole point of the story is supposed to be that changing history won't make things any better, but they don't really change anything. They just find some people that are trying to cause alchemy to make gold and stuff. And apparently this person did do things within the history, and he wasn't a bad guy, but his process caused issues. Because they were about to hit the, where everything was going broke. That's how Hitler came to power. Germany went to shit financially, and because everybody was broke, well, they needed somehow to go, so they started listening to the Workers' Union Socialist Party. Socialism works, huh? Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, didn't work too well for Germany, now did it? That's when the Austrian took over. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Hitler was the Austrian, in case you missed that part, yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. Politics is, socialism works. Sweetie, no. Anyway, it's a pretty good story. It's supposed to be about history and how they could trying to change it. Didn't really work out, but it's just basically this guy trying to make gold and stuff, and spies and whatnot trying to kidnap the Doctor, and Susan, they're out. This is before she went to the 60s and she went to the school. So it's before she was even Susan Forman, because they weren't camped out in there, and so the TARDIS is, and this is probably going to freak people out, but it's not actually in the form of a telephone booth. Well, it's not a telephone booth, it's a police thing. But anyway, it's not in that form. Because they're in World War II, so it wouldn't have made any sense anyway to have an English telephone booth. But anyway, at that point in time, it wasn't there. So then they're having the gold thing, and accidentally they bring Roman coins, which I guess they went to Rome before. The original time that they went within the stories. So, Susan does her thing. Oh, since I'm doing a Doctor Who review, Not my favorite one to use. But it's an older Doctor Who review, so. It's like, yeah, I don't care. Get on with it. Anyway, it's a pretty good story. Carolyn Ford does a good job. The only other voice in this thing is a Wayne Forrester, and he does a good job as his character. Pollitt, I don't know, I can't pronounce it. Pollitt, whatever. But again, it's pretty good. If you get a chance, pick it up, give it a shot. It's not the worst thing in the world, as you've probably heard. And yes, it's Big Finish, so of course you know it's going to be a good story. It's entertaining. It gets the point across. And it does tell a pretty good little tale within its own. So, if you get, look it up. I found it for like almost nothing. I was like, whoa, okay, cool. A companion story with Susan in it does not cost me an arm and a fucking leg. Because there's a lot of stuff with her in there now, because they realize that you have people like her. Hey, BBC, maybe pay the fuck attention. There's quite a bit of stuff in the companion chronicles with her and other ones because people like this stuff. I know, you're in fucking shock. You think if you bore us to death with your social bullshit and treat the Doctor like shit, we'll all love it and ignore the past. No. Look, I have nothing against the 13th Doctor. Hell, I wanted a female Doctor. Durr. But I don't like all the social bullshit that Homeboy tries to throw in there. It's where you say, oh, well, there's social comedy. No, what we're saying is that you don't fucking look at all the angles anymore. You don't view it from all directions. You just go through your belief system, and everyone must believe you. That's the hell it works, folks. So things weren't political. When they brought up something political, they did it as news thing. They did it as debate, where you have to acknowledge the other side and go through it. Like both sides have to be evenly matched. No one can be called to beg. Whatever. I'm not getting into it. Anyway, it's a pretty good story. Yeah. Again, while Carolyn Ford's still with us, folks. Yeah, pick up what you can as she does the voice of Susan. Yeah, reprising her role. And there are other companions who have done some pretty good jobs. Alright. That's about it. Peace, love, and chicories.